Hi friends, I'm starting an experiment to grow eggplants in Aerogarden Harvest Slim. This variety is called Turkish orange eggplants. Usually these plants will grow pretty tall. Let's see if I can manage them in Aerogarden Harvest. I'm planning to grow 2 plants in this garden. So I'm placing 3 seeds in each pod and starting with 2 pods. Depending on the germination, I will thin out the seedlings and keep only 1 plant per pod. That's it, the garden is ready. As always, I will add water, but I will not add nutrition right away. I will start adding nutrition once I see the seedlings. It's been 13 days. I see cute little seedlings coming nice. I see 2 seedlings in this pod and 1 seedling in this pod. So I am removing the excess seedling. I prefer to remove the excess seedlings when they are young. It is so easy to pull them out. Now that I see the seedlings, I will start adding nutrition. I will use Aerogarden nutrients throughout this grow cycle. It's day 16. The seedlings are coming very nice. I see the remaining seeds also germinated. So these seeds have 100% germination rate. So both seedlings are looking very healthy in this pod. But the first seedling in this pod is not looking healthy. So I'm not going to discard the excess seedlings right away. I'm going to wait a little bit. I just want to make sure this seedling will grow very nice. Now that the seedlings are looking good, I will take out the domes. It's day 20. The seedlings are coming up very nice. I have 2 seedlings in each of these pods. So I'm going to remove the excess seedlings. I'm not going to use these seedlings, I'll just discard them. Till I see one more coming up from the bottom. Wow. Alright, remove the seedling from here as well. Alright, now I have 1 seedling per pod. It's day 30. The plants are growing really nice. One plant is short compared to the other one, but both have a lot of new development. They even started developing a lot of side branches. This plant has 2 side branches and this plant has 5-6 side branches. So that's all good. We really need a lot of side branches. Day 42. Plants are growing nice and developing side branches. This plant got a split at the top. So there are 2 branches growing at the top. And it's not going to grow tall anymore. So that's a good news. It is developing a lot of leaves. And some of the older leaves are turning yellow. So I'm going to remove these leaves. That's it. It's day 45. I see the flower buds are developing on both plants. Wow, this is really fast and I am very excited. There are a lot of side branches being developed from the bottom. The bigger leaves are blocking the light going onto these branches. So I'm going to remove some of the bigger and older leaves. Here is everything I removed, and now the plants are looking much clean. It's day 48. The flower buds are still hanging there. They're not showing any progress. I'm checking them every day.
I'm really excited.
It's day 57.
The flower buds are getting ready to bloom. I see they started opening up. They took a lot of time, but they are finally opening up. So here flower buds are still getting ready. So these flowers may bloom anytime, but I'm going to miss them as I'm going on vacation for a couple of days. Let's see. Day 75. Plants are staying really short and they started producing flowers. I see 3 flowers on this plant. The other plant doesn't have any flowers yet, but some of the flower buds getting ready to bloom. It's day 80. I'm seeing lot of flowers and I'm pollinating them well, but they are not surviving somehow. The plants are losing the flowers. So I still see about 4 to 5 flowers on this plant. These plants are super compact, so it is getting very difficult to find the flowers and pollinate them, but I am doing my best. The other plant also started flowering. There is one flower here, I pollinated it. Looks like this is also not going to survive. Some flower buds are getting ready to bloom. Okay, look at this. Nice flowers here. It's day 85. The plants are doing well and they started producing lots of flowers. I'm not able to see all these flowers because the plants are so compact and they have lots of foliage. So I removed a bunch of leaves. Now I can see the flowers clearly and I can pollinate them well. The plants are losing lots of flowers. They lost all the flowers so far. I'm pollinating them very well, but they are still losing the flowers. But anyway, I don't have much to do, so I'm going to keep pollinating them as I see the flowers.
Day 95.
These plants are producing lots of flowers, but pretty much all of them are just falling off. I'm actively pollinating all the flowers, but that's not working out. But on the good side, I'm just seeing 2 baby eggplants here. Let's see if they're going to survive.
It's day 105.
2 eggplants are growing very nice here. Unfortunately, that's pretty much. The plant is looking healthy and producing tens of flowers, but somehow they are not surviving.
It's day 110.
I finally see 2 nice eggplants growing very well here on one plant. But unfortunately, it just stopped there. It is still producing tens of flowers, but none of them are surviving. I'm continuously pollinating and I am pretty active on that. But still none of the flowers are surviving. They are simply falling off. Some flowers are falling as I pollinate itself. Anyways, since I have at least 2 eggplants growing, I am pretty hopeful on these plants and I'm going to do my best.
It's day 115.
I see the eggplants are changing colors and they are looking so beautiful now. But I don't see any other flowers surviving and converting to eggplants. So that's very disappointing.
Day 120.
The eggplants are growing nice and they are changing the color, looking beautiful, but I still have no luck with any other eggplants. The plants are producing lots of flowers and I'm continuously pollinating them, but none of them are surviving.
It's been 125 days.
The plants are doing good and they're still producing lots of flower buds and lots of flowers. The first eggplants are changing the colors beautifully. Once this green part turned orange, I'm going to harvest these 2 eggplants. I don't see any eggplants after that, but looks like this plant is producing one eggplant. I don't know if this can survive, but at least it is giving me some hope. I'm not happy with the productivity of these plants at all. If it is fairy tale eggplants, I would have harvested at least 2 times so far. I just want to try something different. I tried and I'm very disappointed with the productivity of these eggplants. So I'm going to wait a few more days and probably pull them out. It's day 135. The eggplants are growing nice. I see a little split also on one of these eggplant. So I'm going to harvest these eggplants now. I see a few more eggplants coming here, very nice. There is one here as well. So I would like to harvest the eggplants as soon as they are ready so that the plant won't be wasting any energy. So other eggplants will get an opportunity to grow fast. It's day 140. I see one more eggplant started turning orange. It's looking beautiful.
Few more eggplants growing here.
So it's not great, but not bad.
Day 145.
The plants are still doing great and producing a lot of flowers, but unfortunately none of the flowers are surviving. They are falling off pretty quickly no matter how much I pollinate them. I currently have a couple of eggplants growing very well. Some changed the colors and some just started changing the colors. Nowadays I don't even see the eggplants are growing big. This eggplant is close to a cherry tomato size and it started changing the color, so it's not going to grow any big. There's one more eggplant here. This is also not growing any big. Looks like it is going to change the color, so it's going to mature at this size. Overall, I am pretty disappointed with this plant. So far, I harvested only 2 eggplants and I have 4 more eggplants here. And most of these are very small. So the productivity and yield is very disappointing. So I'm going to pull these plants. In fact, I already started trimming out the plant. As soon as I harvest all these eggplants, I'm going to call it done and start with some other variety. Overall, it sounds like very bad experiment. I got only 7 eggplants in 5 months time span. But I actually consider this is a very good experiment. I really enjoyed as eggplants are growing and changing the colors. They're very colorful and giving a lot of satisfaction. Even though I got very less yield, I still enjoyed whatever I got. So I will consider this experiment is an okay experiment. This is the only way I can learn which plants work well versus which plants don't. So it's a successful experiment overall. When I do these kind of experiments, 50% of my expectation is to get good yield and 50% is to learn things and figure out which one works best versus which one don't. It's been 5.5 months. The second batch of eggplants ready to harvest. They all changed color nice. So it's time to harvest these eggplants and pull out the plants. That's it. Here is a harvest. Very small harvest. This is the reason I want to pull out the plants. There's less productivity, extremely less productivity, and extremely small eggplants. Look at this. This is smaller than a cherry tomato.
So this is not a good variety to try in Aerogarden. Fairy tale eggplants are 1000 times better than this variety and I will stick to fairy tale eggplants. That is all for now. Thanks for watching and happy aero gardening.